Hello and welcome to thejonas.net. My name is Donald Jonas, and today I'm going to do a tutorial video on ownCloud. ownCloud is a cloud service you can install on your server. The server I'm using today is Zentyal 3.0, and I'm using the 64-bit edition. Zentyal 3.0 is based upon the Ubuntu 12.4 LTS server edition. In this tutorial we're going to cover the downloading of ownCloud, the configuration of it, and getting it set up to work with directory services. That's why I chose Zentyal. It has an excellent LDAP directory services. So let's go ahead and download ownCloud. In your search engine, type in ownCloud, and I'm going to choose owncloud.org. I'm going to click on Install, tar or zip file, download Unix. And I'll go ahead and save this to my desktop. Next, we need to extract the content out of this compressed file, and I will save it to my desktop. Next, let's navigate to the Apache web folder under File Manager, the root, var, and www. I'm just going to go ahead and delete the default content that's in this folder right now. And I'm going to move the ownCloud folder into the Apache web folder here. You can leave it as ownCloud, but if you want to rename it, you can also do that. I'm just going to call it Cloud. And we'll need to right click on the folder and apply some permissions. Now remove root and type in www-data, that is for Apache. Group you can leave as root, owner read and write, group, read and write, other, none. This is just an example of permissions. This is open for interpretation, of course. Click on OK. Do you want to recursively apply these changes to all files and subfolders? Yes. Next, we're going to need to download and install some packages. So open up your terminal, and if you're not running as root, you're going to have to use the sudo command. So app get install PHP 5, which is already installed. I'm just kind of going through the motions. Press your up arrow key, and the next one will be PHP 5-GD. This will need it to be downloaded and installed. And up arrow key once again, and LDAP, and then one more after this. Press the up arrow key, and it's going to be PHP 5 MySQL. Once this is done, we'll need to restart the Apache web services. So /etc, that's etsy, init.d /Apache 2, and then space and the word restart. Excellent. We can go ahead and exit out of terminal. Now we're going to need our MySQL information, so let's go to File Manager once again, and to the root, to the Etsy folder, and then to MySQL. And we're going to open up the Debian CNF file. I'm going to open this up with my LeafPad. It's an excellent text editor. Set that as default. There is the username and password for MySQL. Let's go ahead and launch the web browser now. And as you can see on Zentyal, I have a digital certificate installed. This is very important that you have a digital certificate so you have security on your website. So when you do your transactions or log in, your information is encrypted. Let's go ahead and navigate to our folder that we set up in the Apache web folder. And the name of this server is server 1. As you can see, server 01. And we called that folder Cloud. And there is the web installer. It's pretty straightforward. Create an admin account, admin, password, and next we're going to need that MySQL information. Here is the username, and we're going to need the password. We can close out of this file. The database name. I try to keep it the exact name of the application so it's easily identifiable, just in case you run multiple instances on your MySQL server. It makes it easy to know exactly what you're working with. And we can leave it as localhost, that's fine. And finish setup. And it's going to log me in as the local admin account we had just created. And it presents you with the Welcome to ownCloud screen. Get the apps to sync your files. They have many apps. You have the desktop app, you have the Google Play app, and one from the App Store for your iPhone or iPad. I have used the Windows and Linux apps and they work great. I haven't had a chance to use the OS X, but I'm sure it works great too. You install the application on your computer, create a folder somewhere on your computer. Example would be your desktop, and then you can map that folder out to a folder on your cloud, giving you easy access to your cloud environment from your desktop. Google Play, I've installed the app on my Android phone and it works great. I can take pictures, do videos, upload it to the cloud, view the videos and pictures through my phone through the app, and up and download files. And they have it in the App Store too, and I'm sure it works great there also. Go ahead and close out of this. Now right now it's just set up for local use, but I would like to set this up for domain use so you can utilize your domain sign-on. By that I mean what you sign on to your computer with, and your webmail, for example, would be the same as your cloud services. So we need to utilize LDAP for that. So go under Admin and choose Apps. And we're going to choose LDAP, LDAP users and group backend, enable. It's also another must-have app here, and that is move files. This is great. We'll enable this too. Now I'm going to need my LDAP information. So let me go ahead and get that information. I'm going to go into the Zentyal administrative page. While this is logging in, we can navigate to admin and then admin. Zentyal should be loading up here in a second. There we go. And let's go to users and groups and LDAP. I will need the OU user information here right off the bat. Go ahead and copy that. And host, well, this is all being set up on the domain controller, so it's just going to be localhost. Now if you're setting up a second server, naturally you're going to put the IP address or DNS name of wherever your directory services resides. And we can copy the OU user information right there. I'm going to need a username and password for LDAP, and I'll just use to read only, that's fine. There is the username. And of course the password. Go ahead and paste that in. I'm going to once again need the OU user information, and we're going to go to advanced. As you can see, port 389, which is what most LDAP listen on, including Zentyal, but in this case Zentyal is also listening on 390. So let's put in 390. Now I'm going to scroll down here to directory settings, and I want to paste that OU user information right here. I'm also going to need to see the group information, so you have the base user tree and the base group tree. So let's get the group information here under the OU groups. And let's go ahead and test our configuration. Connection test succeeded. Excellent. So go ahead and close out of here, and we'll save this information. Let's go back into Zentyal real quick here, and I want to show you that I do have some domain users already set up. Myself, user 1, 2, and 3, so we have a reference point. We're going to utilize these domain users, which should now be available in ownCloud. So let's go to users, and there they all are. There's myself, user 1, 2, and 3, and the local admin account. Right now, there's a lot of options under the groups and group admin and storage. There's really, right now, with the way I've set up LDAP, which is just a standard setup, if you follow my previous tutorials, it's pretty straightforward. It pretty much installs itself. None of these users have admin rights when they log on, except for this local user. So let's give myself admin rights. Just click on admin. And storage, I can maybe set my storage capacity to unlimited. So let's test this configuration. Let's go ahead and log out of here. And I want to log in as myself using my domain account. And here's the welcome screen again. I'll close out of this. And as you can see, I have admin rights. And let's log in as a standard user, and you can see the difference. User 1. And the welcome screen, which only comes up the first time you log in. And as you can see, no admin rights, which is probably what you're going to give most of your users. Just give them the ability to upload and download files. And ownCloud has great video players. It supports many video formats, pictures, music. You really want to limit who has administrative access. And also under the admin, you have the ability to maximum upload size, enable zip download. You can set a size limit there. Let's go ahead and create a folder, and I'll call it Donald. And just press enter, and we can create a file and upload it. Go to the desktop here and create a file. I'll just call it test. And we'll need to put a little bit of content into this file. Go ahead and save that. Want to upload this file? It's pretty straightforward. Click on the arrow button, click on test, and it's now uploaded. Say for instance, I want to move the file out of here. Well, I don't want to download and re-upload it. That's where that move option came in, that app we enabled. Move, not too many options here. We don't have much set up, so just put it on the root and move. And the file's been moved. What if I want to put it back into this folder? Well, same principle. Move. As you can see, there's my name. Move. And the file's back in. It's pretty straightforward. This is kind of neat. What if I want to share this file with somebody else who's outside of my domain environment? This is the part that is, well, it's all really neat. There's just so many cool things about ownCloud. I'm just touching on some very basic things here. But say I want to share this with user 1. And an example would be, say user 1's not part of my network. They're just a vendor or a contractor I need to get some information to. Maybe it's important information, maybe it's accounting information or financials, and I don't want to send it via email. Because via email, once it leaves your server, unless you have something like PGP or some type of encryption, you don't really know for sure. So this is a great option because it's all handled through digital encryption. You can click on share, and you can do this with a folder too, not just a file. Share with link. And since I'm logged in locally, it pulls the local web address. So if you're logged in from on your public interface, it'll have your fully qualified name here. I just want to clarify that. You can put a password on, a nice complicated password. I'll just do an example here. And the email address of the person you want to send it to. Let's just send it to user 1 just for the purpose of this tutorial. I think I called it test mail when I set this tutorial up. And you can set an expiration date. So instead of always being available, say you're going to give them access for, I don't know, 1 or 2 days. Let's just say a couple of days here. This way they're under no real pressure to download it. Or you can just say 1 day, this file is available for 1 day for download, and then the link is no longer active. So let's click on send. And let's go ahead and log into the webmail. Let's kind of move this aside and log in as user 1. This is great about Zentyal because it has the mail server and the interfaces are already right there for you. First time logging in with this account, so I'll get the default screen. And we'll just click on continue. And we slide this over. And there's the email. And here's the link. I mean, how cool is that, huh? So the only thing that's been exposed to the outside world is just this email link, and that's it. No file. Click on paste. This is what the recipient would do. They click enter. It takes them to this screen here. They put in the password. They hit submit, and then they can download just that file, and there it is. Now that's pretty awesome. Now this transaction is being conducted. They're downloading it through a digital certificate. So the information will be exchanged between the two parties while the information is encrypted. That is a great feature of ownCloud, so I highly recommend it. And let's go ahead and just close out of here. And okay, it's good on the webmail. Another way to share out this file would be an example. Let's just say the whole directory this time. Let's just share it with a domain user or a local user on your network that is already set up in ownCloud. There's user 1, and you can click on can edit, and you can give them the ability to edit and share and whatnot. Let's just say no for this instance, and go ahead and log in as user 1. And this is what they'll see. A shared folder will appear, and there is the information. I didn't give them the ability to change it, just view it or download it. So they can download. An example would be like, if they want the whole folder, it will zip all the content and let you download it. That's pretty neat. If you want to download the file itself, just click on download and you can download the file. And also you can set a calendar expiration date on that. Or you can just manually go in there and click on share and then just end the sharing. And we can just verify that real quick. And you can see it's now disappeared. Another cool feature, which there are so many, it's really something you need to install and test yourself because there's just so much to offer. So you want to search for a file, there's test, and it populates it. It comes with a great video player supporting multiple video formats. Just click on the video and it plays within the web browser here. Music, you can stream your music. Contacts, calendars, pictures, does, like it says here, picture gallery. It has a lot of great features. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you get a chance, install it, set it up, and see if you like it. I think most people will. I just want to take a moment to thank everybody for watching my tutorial videos on YouTube and all the positive feedback. And thank you for visiting thejonas.net, and have a nice day.